The Big Finish sales event is on at Franklin-Sussex Automall with tremendous discounts plus extra goodies.
Like new 2018 Jeep Compass Latitudes, just $159 a month. Or new 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs, just $239 a month.
Plus, with every purchase, pick an ornament from our tree for extra savings up to $1,000. So for year-end blockbuster savings, come one, come all. Happy holidays from Franklin-Sussex Automall.
Welcome back to the Franklin-Sussex Automall, Franklin-Sussex Hyundai Sports Beat. I'm your host, Dan Cleary. It's our winter preview. Yep, winter sports are here already. Christmas is coming up, and if you want to be a great gift giver, come down here and buy someone a car. Wow, that'd be something, huh? They have great deals, so come down and check out the great selection. Well, we talked about wrestling. Now it's time to talk about boys basketball in the area. Last year, great year for Newton, winning that first ever section title, getting that proverbial monkey off Dirk Kelly's back. They had a great year. They were a lot of fun. Pope John had a good year. Sparta had a good year. It was a lot of good basketball, but the story of last year was definitely that great run. And they beat Westwood in the section final. They sent it into overtime. Jake Tarabakia with the half-court shot. It was a great game to call, one of the most exciting games I did. And it was just a great week because earlier in the week, Tyra Wingle hit a big basket to beat Westwood to help High Point win the North 1 Group 2 title. So it was a tough week for Westwood, but a great week for Sussex County basketball. All right, we're going to start off with the boys in the Colonial Division. Sussex Tech, Andrew Carbone, former Hackettstown player. He's back for his second year. They were 5-20 last year. Picked up a couple of wins in the division in the Colonial. They were able to beat a pack on. They'll be looking to Paul LaTrenta. He's back, 6 points, 10 rebounds a night. Paul, very good goalie for the soccer team. Also back, Vito Torali, Zach Clausen, Billy Wick, Matthew Herdman, James Ostertag, and Jeremy Scheinblend. Their goal, they lost their top scorer from a year ago, Justin Aguiar, who could fill it up. But Coach Carbone wants to win a couple more games in the conference and possibly get to 10 wins, double from last year, and they're working hard towards that goal. Well, Pack-On last year, tough year for the Chiefs, 1-23 under Coach Mike Farrell, who's in his third season. But he's excited with the guys he has back. They're working hard. Ben Beeball, Danny Farina was the football quarterback for the football team, good athlete. He's looking to some newcomers that are good athletes that played on the football team, Tyler Dixon and Jack Taraback. They're going to be athletic, and they're going to press and try to work as hard as they can. They pick up a couple more wins, and I think they can just go up. And Mike Farrell's a good coach. He did a tremendous job at North Warren. He replaced Jimmy Tobin a couple years ago. And I think he'll pack on will be much improved. Excuse me, Wallkill Valley, a new coach for them, but it's an old face for Wallkill Valley. They're not old. Eddie Pavin's not old. The guy looks like he still plays at Sussex Tech. The guy never ages, like Dick Clark of girls basketball, boys basketball, Eddie Pava. But he, after a long time with a great run with the girls team, he's now taking over the boys team from Mike Lupo, and he's excited about the change. It's a new challenge for Eddie now, and as we said, he was a great player and a Hall of Famer from Sussex Tech. Last year they were 11-16 under Mike Lupo, and they lost to Newton in the first round of the States. They have a good core back, although they lost some good players. Obviously, when you lose a kid like Falk, Bryce Falk, and Matt Christmas, those are two kids that were very nice players for them over the years. But they got coming back Sean Falk. He was a freshman last year, started. He's a very good guard. He's fun to watch. Also back Dylan Harlos, who's played since he's a freshman. He's a senior. Tyler Small, Zane Crum, Mason White, Derek Snyder, Ryan Nugent, and Shane Genie. These are all kids that hope to fill in. But with Falk playing the guard, they have as good a chance as anyone in that Colonial Division to do well. So look to Wallkill Valley to be around that 11-12 wins again and battle for the division title with Kittatinny and North Warren. North Warren won it last year. Let's talk about Kittatinny. Jason Galeski has done a great job with the Cougars, 11-12 last year. He's very proud of the fact that he has now 3 kids playing in college. Two kids playing in college and one doing other sports. Nick Geimer's a quarterback at Wilkes. But Drew Walker's at Montclair State and University, and Jason Zellner's at Juanita. That hasn't happened with Kittatinny basketball. Wrestling, football, sure. But basketball, no. And Jason's done a great job. He's very proud of that. They have a real good core coming back, and I think they're the favorites to win that division. It would be the first boys basketball division ever in Kittatinny history. They got Ray Amato back, 6'5", he can do it all. Jake McMullen, he's back, And John News, who was a terrific point guard, heady kid, scrappy. He's not the biggest kid in the world, but he flies after the ball. He knows he's got a great basketball intelligence. He runs the show. Justin Montefiore, he's going to be back after being injured last year. Ryan Rigby's a very good athlete. Andrew Van Hook gives them nice size at 6'5". Hunter Rossi, terrific player. They're going to come after you, Kittatinny. That's what Coach Gillespie likes to do. He'll press, they shoot threes, they attack the basket, and he's got the numbers and the athletes to do it. So right now, the coaches hate when you put the bugaboo on them. You're going to be the favorite. I think Kittatinny is going to be the favorite, and that would be pretty awesome for the program to win their first ever basketball title in the Colonial Division. But they'll have to knock off the defending champs, North Warren. They're 14-11. They won that division. They blew out Kittatinny in almost a winner-take-all game that we did on Channel 10 last year. And they lost some good kids to graduation, no doubt. But Chaz Toulouse in his third year, Chaz was an assistant to Mike Farrell. They won 14 games last year, lost to Becton in the States. But they got two very good kids back. Evan Carter, who in my opinion is one of the top 10 players in the area the last 2 years. I put him on the All Mugs team. And Evan Zolartuk, terrific shooter. His brother Nate was an outstanding shooter. He graduated. But, they lost some good kids. Nate, Hunter DePrimo, Rob Lubertazzo, and Jared Vuz all graduated for Chaz. So it'll be up to Evan and the Evans, both Evans, Carter, and Sklartuk, to carry the burden there. But I think North Warren will be all right, and it'll be between North Warren, Kittatinny, and Wallkill for that Colonial. We'll switch over now to the Freedom Division, and we look to Vernon. Last year, Vernon, their first year in the Freedom Division, was very competitive. They finished 17-11, lost to Kinelaw in the States. Joe Byrne takes over the program. Matt Ferguson, he's on a leave, so hopefully Matt will come back. But Joe's taking over the program this year, and he's only got one kid coming back, Alex Hewley, after losing that great graduation class of Jake Rodriguez, Sean Sable, terrific scorer, Chrissy Jamie, and Brian Moran, and Jeff Sedlock. So Joe Byrne's going to have to look to some young kids to step up. And some of the kids he's looking at are Jaden Mutz, who's coming off a pretty good football season. He's a good baseball player, and Paul McVeigh. But they're going to be very young, this Vernon team, and they might kind of take their lumps this year in the Freedom Division. Lenape Valley, Dan Moylan back, second year, second stint. He's hoping to get them back into the States and winning ways. They were 8-14 last year. He was first time around. He coached 12 years. Dan's a good basketball man. Was an assistant to Pope John for Tom Fox. Joey McKenna graduated, their leading scorer and best player. Also Ravinsky Joseph. They'll look to replace them, but they're very solid with experience and size. Jacob Anderson's back. Brandon Brady coming off an ankle injury in football. He's healthy. Alex Cali, a big body down low. Alex Pertino. Craig Swanson, another good athlete, the quarterback of the football team. Stephen Rabe and Matt Lagocci, they're going to look for those guys that have experience and size to wear down people, to work it in. And as I said, Dan Moylan, one of the top coaches around. So that's a look at the Colonial Division and two teams in the Freedom. When we come back, we'll finish off the Freedom and talk about the American Division right after these messages.
The Big Finish sales event is on at Franklin-Sussex Automall with tremendous discounts plus extra goodies.
Like new 2018 Jeep Compass Latitudes, just $159 a month. Or new 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs, just $239 a month.
Plus, with every purchase, pick an ornament from our tree for extra savings up to $1,000. So for year-end blockbuster savings, come one, come all. Happy holidays from Franklin-Sussex Automall.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
Eastern Propane remains dedicated to our founding principles of personalized service, quality products, and exceptional technical expertise. We offer comprehensive, single-source solutions including the planning, design, installation, and ongoing maintenance of your propane gas systems and appliances. Our friendly delivery technicians provide you with safe and efficient deliveries, ensuring uninterrupted propane service. Whether your needs are large or small, Eastern Propane offers more ways to serve you better.
Are you looking for something new out of your grocery shopping experience? Sussex Meatpacking is here to help. For over 50 years, we've been bringing Sussex County the finest in meats and poultry. We are your hometown butcher shop with a full-service deli, fresh cut meats daily, and a kitchen for all your catering needs. We also carry imported groceries, a large line of frozen products, including seafood. All the food you see here was made in our very own kitchen. So come on by or check us out online to see what Sussex Meatpacking can do for you.
United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve.
Sussex County Sheriff's Crime Stoppers is a nonprofit organization that encourages cooperation between the citizens of Sussex County and the Sussex County Sheriff's Department. If you have information relating to a crime or criminal activity in Sussex County, please contact us. If your tip leads to an arrest, you could receive a reward of up to $1,000. Contact us at 973-300-CRIME or through our website at www.sussexcountysheriff.com. Thank you.
This message made possible by D&H Risk Solutions. For more information, go to risksolutions.com.
The Big Finish sales event is on at Franklin-Sussex Automall with tremendous discounts plus extra goodies.
Like new 2018 Jeep Compass Latitudes, just $159 a month. Or new 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs, just $239 a month.
Plus, with every purchase, pick an ornament from our tree for extra savings up to $1,000. So for year-end blockbuster savings, come one, come all. Happy holidays from Franklin-Sussex Automall.
Welcome back to the Franklin-Sussex Automall, Franklin-Sussex Hyundai Sports Beat. We're doing our winter preview. We're talking boys hoops, and we're right smack dab in the middle of the Freedom Division. And when you talk about the Freedom Division, you got to mention Hackettstown. Mike McDonough's done a great job. They either win it or they're right there every year. Last year they were terrific. They shared the division with Newton. 21 wins last year. Jelani Owai is back for them, but they graduated some really nice players from last year's team. Tyler Ackers, Matt Arcona graduated, but Hackettstown, Coach McDonough's got that program humming. They'll be a team to look for in the Freedom Division right up top. High Point in the Freedom Division, 9-15 last year for Coach Jesse Strell. Does a nice job up there, right up the road on Pigeon Hill Road. But they were hit hard with graduation. They lost one of their top players, probably one of their top players. You have to put him in the top 10 all-time High Point guys. Jack DeGroot, who's going to be at Maplewood playing. Jack scored 1,000 points for them. They lost John Newman and Andrew Martinez as well. So they're going to be very young, and Coach Strell likes these guys. They're good athletes. Teague Tabito, Ryan Skamansky, Jason Mankis, Jake Luzinski, the quarterback from the football team, Luke Steinman, who has got a lot of experience, he's back. And then we're looking for guys like Landis French, Travis Talamay, Matt Carter, these guys to help fill out the starting lineup and the bench. I think High Point with Vernon and Lenape Valley, they're all in that mix. They might be right with Lenape, a little bit above Vernon, but they'll be competitive as they always are at High Point. Then you got the Newton Braves, 20-7 last year. Dirk Kelly, after 5 trips to the section final, gets it with the big win over Westwood. Then they played real hard in the section, in the state semis. Coming up, played evenly with Newark Central for a half, but it came up a little short. They lost the Twin Towers, Charlie Maker and Jason Heater. They graduated, but coming back, they got some good kids. Obviously, Luke Young, who's coming off a fantastic football season, the quarterback. Jake Terabaki, who could score. Louis Arias, who really was a find at point guard. He really, they had graduated Samir Wheeler and Andrew Crooney the year before, and Louis came in and did a great job at point guard. Also coming back, and they'll be looking to Jaden Elliott, monster football season. He'll try to continue that in hoops. Also Jake Heller, and then a couple of new guys. Troy Babcock, who transferred in from Pope John, he's going to be eligible to play, and he's a big kid in the middle, 6'5", so they lose Heater and Maker, but Babcock should supply that. And if I remember right, Babcock got some minutes, not at varsity, but like all the time, with Pope John a few years back. So he can play, and that's a great guy to get back in the middle. Kevin Ioso is going to be back. And as we mentioned, Maker and Heater. Also, I mentioned Colin Kelly. Last year came off the bench as a senior, did a great job, and really stepped in as a program player. But I think Newton will be in the mix for the Freedom Division title, along with Hackettstown. I don't think they're going to take a step back. I think they got a tough schedule. They play Sparta, they play Jefferson, they play Mount Olive, they play Warren Hills. So Coach Kelly continuing that tradition, and they did a great job last year winning that. So now we'll move to the American Division, and the local teams in that are Sparta, Jefferson, and Pope John. But I want to mention Mount Olive should be very solid. Coach Mike Tobin, we all know him, former assistant at Sparta, great 1,000-point scorer out of Pacon. He's got some good athletes, Liam Anderson, who had a great year at quarterback for Mount Olive, Lance Johnson, he's back, Ryan Hawk, he's back. So Mount Olive is going to be much better than they were last year. They had a win over Jefferson late in the year. So let's talk about this division. Sparta, 15-10, Coach Brian Brennan, after a couple of tough years, after making those great runs to the section final, Coach Brennan got them back to 15 wins. They lost some good kids to graduation last year, Nick Lucas, Jack Simon, and Danny Smith, and Terrell Smith. So they're looking to kids that played last year. Now, Dante Jofield did a great job. He battled some injuries last year, but he can handle the point and score. Thomas Ferrara is going to go play football at Colgate. Big kid in the middle, big body. Aiden Mastrandria is back. Cam Riley, Alex Podolsky, also back for them. And looking for some other guys to help out. And Arietta as well, Zach Amariata, and Jake Vreeland. So these are guys that have some experience. But the big get for them, Jack Cavanaugh, who played 2 years at Pope John and was a varsity player, he transferred back to Sparta, and he's eligible right away. And look for him to be their leading scorer and their go-to guy with Jofield and Ferrara. That gives them a nice a little triangle going on with Ferrara inside, Jofield, handling the ball, and Cavanaugh who can handle and shoot. So look for Sparta to be very competitive in the American Division. Jefferson, 17-11 last year. Coach Joe DeGennaro, he's the longest-serving coach, 21 years. He's the dean now, which is pretty amazing, as they had a great year last year. They always graduate a lot of kids at Jefferson, but he plays a lot of kids, and they fill in, and kids come in and just do a great job. You look at what they got coming back, and it's pretty impressive. Stephen Bremen, Player of the Year candidate right now. Him and Aaron Clark from Pope John, and possibly Jack Cavanaugh. We'll see how he shakes out at Sparta. Right now, Player of the Year candidates preseason. Bremen, 6'4", all county, Morris County, 16. He's 6'5", can handle, can shoot, can go low, averages 19 points a game. The game he had against Sparta, you saw on Channel 10, saw on Channel 10 when they lost to Spartans. He was just amazing that day. So he fills it up. Joe Patelli, who can handle and shoot, he's back. He's a terrific player. Also coming back, Anthony Johnson, who had a great year at quarterback. He's a good three-point shooter. Cole Condell, big part of the Jefferson soccer success story. Nick Miller also back. And Drew Benfatti, we know he's a great athlete. Paul Monaco, Mike Fleming, all these guys all back for Joe DeGennaro. I think they're going to do very well this year. It's going to be tough again with Pope John in that division. But I think Jefferson with Bremen has a puncher's chance in any game. He can go for 40 any night. And again, he's not just a scorer. He distributes, he rebounds, and he plays defense. He's a terrific player. Really like watching Stephen Bremen play. Pope John, our final team in the area, 16-9 last year. Vincent Johnson's first year, he replaced Jason Hassan. They had some injuries last year and some kids transfer out and all that. And they did pretty well with Samuel Diallo and Aaron Clark. Samuel Diallo is going to go to UMass. That's great news. The bad news, he's not playing this year because of a knee injury. So that really kind of puts them in a hole. Aaron Clark is going to Sacred Heart. He's back. He's our reigning player of the year. He was terrific last year. In their state loss against St. Peter's, he was tremendous, over 30 points. So look for him to lead away. Also coming back, Francisco Polino. He's a talented sophomore. And then also a new kid, keep an eye on. I'm excited to see Eddie Davis, who played at DePaul. He's coming in. He's eligible right away. He's a junior, so look for him to contribute. Dante Reed, DeAndre South, Tajay Hooks, all kids they'll be looking forward. And, last year, and also another kid that got hurt that's not playing, Peace Abakana. Hopefully I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. But I think they're going to be, it's got that tough schedule. 16-9 is a great record considering who they play. They're going to play the same tough schedule. You got Hudson Catholic, arguably maybe the best team in the state. They got them early on. They also have Blair Academy. They have St. Benedict's. They have Linden, great public school team. And also they play Teaneck, another great public school team, so they have their hands full. So they might not have a gaudy record, but they might be at the end of the year the best team in the area, but we'll see how they all come together. So there's a look at the boys basketball in the area. As we said, it should be another exciting year. And when we come back, we'll look at the girls hoops right after this.
The Big Finish sales event is on at Franklin-Sussex Automall with tremendous discounts plus extra goodies.
Like new 2018 Jeep Compass Latitudes, just $159 a month. Or new 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs, just $239 a month.
Plus, with every purchase, pick an ornament from our tree for extra savings up to $1,000. So for year-end blockbuster savings, come one, come all. Happy holidays from Franklin-Sussex Automall.